I am not even an Outlaw Queen shipper, and I'm done. I'm so mad. If that should happen to Captain Swan, you would see me, like, this room right now would be trash, and I would just be over Once Upon a Time.
I thought it was an entertaining episode.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
For the most part.
Last week when we were watching it, we were making notes and we're like, oh, we don't really have that much to say about this episode. But
and this one like made up for it.
Young Emma, when she goes into the garage and she hears noise and she grabs a bat, this like little girl, I'm like, this is so Emma. Only Emma would grab a bat and like be ready to fight some like man.
I still think that the casting choice for young Emma is like spot on.
I love how Regina and Emma are friends, like friends and just friends. And I love how they created this alliance and how Regina's the one coaching Emma when she's going through this dark time, because it's just like, if you go back to season 1, it's just like, that's character development.
Yeah, shows how much she's changed.
I think Regina's so badass. Like every time she's on screen, I'm like, I want to be her.
Yeah.
I just love Regina. She's hot. I don't know. We have to talk about this because it's the only Captain Swan It's the only Captain Swan scene that we've gotten in like forever.
In like a season?
Yeah.
Maybe
what the hell's
longer.
up with that? I just love how Hook just like goes up to her and like does the eyebrow thing and smiles, and he's like, I don't even know what the hell he says. And he's like, what does he say? It's not like a sad goodbye, but he's like trying to be like sexy. He's like, yeah, you'll miss me. And then
going back to season 3, season 2 Hook.
I know, I love it. He was like, it's easy to go to the dark side, and she's just like, well, why didn't you? And he's like, well, because, you know, I had something to live for, and you have something to live for. You know, Henry, your parents. And she's like, you. And he's like, and I you. Like, ah! There's
so
you.
you still feel strongly about Captain Swan.
I do feel strongly about Captain Swan. Captain Swan's like the reason I still watch the show. Don't hate me. I've like not really been feeling this half of the season, and I'm only still hanging on because I'm still waiting for something to happen between Captain Swan, because I know like they haven't reached their full potential.
Yeah, like the show is entertaining enough, but that's what's really keeping you on.
Yeah.
You guys are what's keeping me watching.
Oh yeah, and like the awkward Snow and Charming goodbye to Emma, and how I don't even really know what happened. It like happened so fast. She was like, bye, and like Emma didn't respond to her. It's
like, there's clearly some tension still, or she's being weird, even though like 10 minutes later she's like, you're gonna hurt my family, no.
Ah! It was so funny how Regina was like, why did I create Storybrooke when I could have just like banished everyone to here? I laughed so hard.
Yeah.
You didn't think that was funny?
Also, like the landlord or whatever was a total dick. He doesn't know. Emma walks in, where's Lily? He doesn't know who this girl is. It could be like Lily's relative or something, or like, you know what I mean? And he's like, oh, Lily's died. Yeah, she was an awful person and she sucks, blah, 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 blah. Of course Emma's gonna freak out. She didn't do anything wrong. That guy was being a total asshole.
Yeah, I guess so.
Don't do that.
At first I was like, whoa, easy. But Jake said what he said, and I guess it makes sense. Will and Rumbelle.
I knew, as soon as I saw there was to be like a Will and Rumbelle thing, like earlier in the episode, I was like, at some point during this episode, Rumble's gonna like pass the torch and be like, blah 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 blah, something like along the lines of, you take care of Belle, or, you know, he's in charge now, or something like that, you know what I mean? And that's ended up being what's happening.
You really thought that?
Yeah, for real.
I thought he was gonna like fuck up Will and grab his heart.
No, I knew he knew that him and Belle were over, and that he couldn't take Will away from Belle. I thought it was such a badass line though, when he's like, I need you to steal my heart, and then Will's like, sorry mate, already been doing that, or something like that.
Yeah, that was funny. Good for Will.
And Rumble's like, fuck, cheeky bastard.
Personality wise, like Rumbelle, like there's no way Belle and Rumbelle like sit at home and like can just like chill and like watch TV together. Like that is not a life. They cannot do that.
Do you not remember the Beauty and the Beast dance scene? All that chemistry.
Let's talk about Lily and Emma.
It's interesting how like it's so obvious, the whole contrast, like light and dark dynamic between the two of them and the kids.
I don't really understand the whole like them being connected, and when Lily...
Although like this whole episode, I don't know what the episode's called, but it should be called Fate, because like everything happened because of fate.
Lily was telling Emma that she just makes these wrong decisions and doesn't understand why the right decisions end up being the wrong ones. I understand that, it's because she's cursed to be dark.
Yeah, I kind of like that actually.
Yeah, I do like that. But when she was saying how when she's with Emma, she's like better. So does that mean when because they're so connected, like, is that mean like when they come together, like this like evil aura of hers and like Emma's like good aura like come together and they have potential to be like light and dark? Like,
are they gonna fuse together to be the same person? Was that our first look at a sorcerer at the beginning of this episode?
Yeah.
The blue smoke stuff?
Yeah. He's actually the genie.
I wonder, like, that's obviously not his human form. I wonder who the sorcerer is. We will find out.
Or maybe the sorcerer is just like
That's what I'm hanging on to.
How the sorcerer just hopped on a bus to Storybrooke.
Yeah, man.
Or went to the real world.
I'd be very concerned if, like, someone, like, who looked like that sat next to me on a coach bus.
And it's like, your mother is Maleficent.
I'd be like, okay, I put the headphones on.
We were saying how when Emma and Lily first met, it sounded like Lily and Emma were, like, exes in like a relationship that ended
like,
badly.
Or like Lily was bitter because like she wanted more of Emma and Emma was never given up. Because remember, we kind of got those like sort of vibes off of Lily.
Yeah.
In the first flashback, and then the same thing here.
Yeah, how she like kind of had a thing for Emma. And when you like meet someone that you like wanted to be in a relationship with or like had a thing with but broke up, and you see them like years later, you want to like look good to them. You're like, yeah, like I'm great. I have a husband, I have a kid, I have a house. Like,
picks up a random kid off the short bus. And, like, this is when Emma's trying to kick Lily out and all that stuff. And she's like, leave, go. She's like, here, I have allowance saved up. It should be just enough for bus fare. What kind of allowance is this girl getting? Is she getting 25 cents a week? Because unless bus fare is like $30 a trip, which I don't think it is, usually it doesn't go higher than $3.50.
Especially back in like 1999.
Yeah, that's some pretty bad allowance. I don't blame her for wanting her to leave her foster parents. I
have my allowance saved up. It should be enough for one ticket. I don't know. When Emma was about to shoot Lily, I really think Emma's becoming dark now because like I don't understand why Emma would ever like pull a gun on her.
Well, just to calm her down. I don't think she was ever intending to shoot her.
Emma would never pull out a gun on like her old friend. She wouldn't do that.
One thing I do appreciate about this episode is that at least like despite how annoyed we've been getting by Emma, at least Emma was like self-aware. Like throughout the whole episode she kept saying, oh well, just because it's this doesn't mean I'm going to turn dark. Like, you know, she has her reasoning for it, she keeps saying. Yeah. So I do appreciate that she's not being like ignorant. But
I loved how it was Regina that was convincing her not to, like I said in the beginning.
Yeah.
I just love Regina.
Interesting how they like punch each other and a lightning bolt flashed.
What the heck was that?
And then like the car light like broke.
What was that?
I don't know, it's just like those two elements, like the light and dark people fighting, I guess caused the stir. Maybe.
Let's get into this.
Last 10 minutes of the show.
Last 10 minutes, as always, are the best ones.
Let's start from the top. So, Regina and company, you know, approach Robin's apartment. This is like hilarious, I think, already. And then like, Regina knocks on
Why is it hilarious?
Because, like, I don't know, I just find it funny that Regina's like trying to go after her like old like boyfriend and all that stuff. I don't know.
It's not funny, she's trying to save him.
I guess. Anyways, so she knocks on the door, blah, 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 Robin enters. And then, I forget what they say, the dialogue is, but pretty much she's like, where's Marianne? She's like, oh, she's at the star. She's like, okay, we have to do this quick.
I thought she was gonna push him in and take her clothes off.
Yeah, like, okay, I've been saving myself. I've been waiting to do this, like, all year. I can, you know what I mean?
Quick, we have like 10 minutes.
Okay, 10 minutes, let's go.
Take your pants off right now.
You guys, turn around.
Regina was telling Robin that it was Zelena, not Marion.
And then at first, Jossyl had the impression that Robin might actually be Zelena. Like,
yeah, because I'm sure that Rumbelle probably warned Zelena that Regina was coming, no? Or no, he had... Regina said not to because of Belle's heart.
Yeah.
She said don't warn Zelena.
But,
so I was like, why isn't Robin reacting to this? Like, why is he not...
Well, I think he's just like kind of caught off guard, but still.
Is this really Robin? I don't even know. And then Marion comes in and she's all like, oh, like, what's going on? Like, why are you listening to her? Why is she here? And she's like behind Robin and Robin's like, I can't leave her, like whatever. And Marion's like...
Yeah. At this point, I was like, oh shit, I actually didn't know where it was gonna go because you could tell at this point Marion was still Zelena.
I know, yeah, and you can tell that Robin like was taking Marion's side.
I thought it was just gonna end like, okay, Robin doesn't believe her, they end up getting apart, they have to figure out something else.
I'm surprised that Zelena showed her true identity. I don't think she needed to do that because it would have
I thought she was gonna get away with it, but maybe she wanted to like do what she did at the end of the episode.
To get her revenge, it would have been better to just stay as Marion and like, because that would be so frustrating to Regina, being like, you don't believe me, like that's...
I think revealing herself and then obviously being preggers is like a much better way of revenge, because that not only gets inside Regina's head, but it gets inside Robin's head as well.
But why would you want to mess with Robin's head? How does she not, after all this time being with him, like, you want to like fuck up with his head? Like, you know what I mean? Like, have you not developed any sympathy to him? Have you not developed some sort of friendship?
She's the wicked witch. She's not like the nice witch.
Robin was like, what the fuck? He's like, I can't leave her. I have to stay with her. I was like screaming at the television, like, what the fuck, Robin? What? And I was like, she's pregnant. She's pregnant. She has to be pregnant.
I can't leave her here.
What? Do you want to tell her? Or should I?
Tell me what? Robin?
She's pregnant.
And then they confirmed it.
Think about how that would feel to Regina, because Zelina is Regina's sister, or her sister is pregnant with like her like lover.
It's like
that's like Young and Restless shit.
So
Days of Our Lives.
It's so effed up. It's just, I can't even be like, I actually felt like sick. Like, I felt like sick for Regina. I felt bad for Robin at that point, and then it's like frustrating because like Robin is still choosing to be with Zelina even after he finds out, like...
Well, we don't know that for sure. I think
he said he can't leave. He already made his decision.
How is he gonna explain this to little Roland? Like, yeah, your mom isn't your mom anymore, and you're gonna have a brother soon.
That guy's gonna go through therapy.
You should start hanging out with Henry. He's been through some stuff too.
I know. The idea of like Robin and Zelina like hooking up on a daily basis, probably. It's like, ew, man. Robin Hood and Zelina have been shacking up, and we can't even get a Captain Swan sex scene, or like alluding to that they've done it, or anything like that. It's like not fair. It's not fair.
They really made Captain Swan lose its value. There's so much buildup for all the Captain Swan stuff, and then you're waiting for that climax, and then it just doesn't happen. It just drops. You're like, okay, they're dating now, and they're gonna talk to each other once every 3 episodes.
They haven't said I love you. Like, they haven't. They haven't done it. It's like you can't waste time developing this relationship for so many seasons.
Because now when they finally do say it, it's gonna have not as much value.
It's not realistic for them to not have already said it to each other, or not have already.
I mean, it could be implied.
Love.
It could be implied, but
I don't think it's not implied. Back to what matters here. Do you think it was out of character for Robin to choose Zelina?
I don't think he chose Zelina. I don't feel like he was acting out of character.
I'm standing right in front of you and I'm like, come with me. This isn't her. And then you find out that it's actually a different person who is like a bad fucking person.
Yeah.
Would you seriously go to my face and be like, I can't be with you. I have to be with this person?
I wouldn't say I can't be with you, but I wouldn't leak it right away, because that is my kid inside that belly. Despite me not knowing that woman, that is part of me inside that girl's like.
Yeah, but
uterus.
it's gonna be an evil green baby.
You don't know that.
Who can shoot arrows probably out of its eyes.
The point is, I'd be like, you know what, Jossyl, I love you, and I'll get back to you, but I gotta sort some shit out right now. So I'll text you tomorrow. What should have happened is, at that moment when Zelina's like, I'm pregnant, Emma should have been like,
what's that?
You know, like push her up against the wall.
Why would she do that?
You got a witch in the belly.
Robin, why do you have to be like, okay, I get that he's honorable, but does he have to be that honorable?
Despite what he said, I don't think he's gonna stay with Zelina.
I don't think that baby's gonna be born.
Those are our thoughts.
Those are our thoughts. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.